I've seen a trend on Book Talk to talk about the top three worst books that you've read in the past year, and I've read a lot of books in the past year, but these are my top three worst books I've read. And just a disclaimer, these are just my opinions. Obviously, you're free to like books that I hate, so just because I hate it doesn't mean that you're gonna hate it, and it's okay to have a different opinion than me. One of the worst books I've read this year is called Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Maz. And I was super, super excited to read this book when I first got it. I tend to love books about mythology. I love books about gods and demigods. And I love women's empowerment. The second I found out that Hercules in this book is a woman and that it was written by like a female author, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a great like feminist book. And I was just really, really excited to read it. I thought it would be something I love, especially when I found out that the main character, Hercules, is a foster kid, because I tend to really relate to books and be able to resonate a lot with books about foster children, even though I was not a foster kid myself. But for some reason, I have a soft spot for like books that have a main character that is a foster kid. This book, on the other hand, was extremely disappointing for me. First of all, there is misogyny all throughout the book. There is romanticization of really, really toxic men, multiple of them. The whole entire concept of the book did not make any sense to me. Like, she was doing this like academic test to be like one of like the gods, and like the whole like logic and reasoning of it just really did not like compute with my brain at all. Like, none of it made sense to me. It kind of romanticized stalking, and there's nothing like romantic about having a stalker. The whole entire like the writing of it was also like really bad in my opinion. It read kind of like more like a Wattpad book instead of like, you know, something professional. Again, like, you might love it, but for me, it just, none of the book was good. Like, I got through it, so I gave it 2 stars instead of 1, but like I'm really not happy I read it, if I'm being completely honest. Because I do try to see like a positive in everything. I will say I do like how it talked about her experience as a foster child and how she had this really sweet relationship with her brother, and how, like, you know, she still tried to protect him, but like even with that, like, a bit of a spoiler, but even with that, she like kind of forgets about her brother through like most of the book, and then like just randomly remembers him at like the end of the book, and it's like, wow, you love him so much, so you like forgot about him like most of the book. But I guess the relationship was a little bit sweet, but that was the only relationship that was sweet in the book. The other ones were like just very toxic. Another one of the worst books I've read this year is called A Man Thinketh by James Allen. Listen, I took enough classes in college to have a philosophy degree. My college didn't have philosophy as a possible degree at the time, but like, I love philosophy books. I have studied philosophy, like, you know, in college. Like, I love it. But this book was absolutely terrible. I kind of get the message it's kind of going forth, because I do understand that to some degree, like, there's self-fulfilling prophecies. So, like, if you think that you can do something and you think that you can't, in some situations, that makes it true. I do understand, you know, the power of positive thinking and all that type of jazz, but, like, the way that this book spoke about that was in such like a very toxic way, a very like kind of like blaming way, and I feel like it got its message across like so terribly. I feel like somebody could have taken this message and like wrote it in a way that would be much more positive and would be a better like philosophy or self-help book, but the way that this book executed it, in my opinion, was absolutely terrible. So like, I gave it 1 star. I hated it, I'm just being honest. Another book that I read recently, in the past year, that I didn't like is called The Weaned Game by Sophie Kim. I really, really wanted to like this book because I actually got early access to it. I won it in a giveaway for free, and so I got to read it before it was released. And I so badly wanted to like it because of the fact that I was one of the first people to get the chance to read it. And I really don't want to like talk too bad about it, because if a lot of people haven't read it yet, and I don't want to stop you guys from reading it if it's something that you might like. But I had some similar problems to it in terms of the writing style that I had to the Hercules book. The writing style, again, just did not seem like it was professionally written at all. It felt more like fan fiction or Wattpad-like, which, like, would be okay. Like, that's something I could excuse on its own. But it felt very juvenile, and not even in, like, a YA type of situation, because I love some YA books. We Are the Ants and The Perks of Being a Wallflower are 2 YA books that are, like, 2 of my favorites. but it felt juvenile when it didn't need to be. All of the characters felt very juvenile and kind of like immature, and the main male character was so fucking obnoxious that like I couldn't get past it. I hate the whole like bad boy turns good for like a because a girl changes him like when he falls in love and stuff. I hate that whole trope, and so like I just really did not like the book. You guys might like it. I also could not get into the sports element of it at all. And yeah, sports books are usually not my thing, but sometimes I can get past it. The rest of the book is good, but this one it did not hit for me. Comment down below the worst books that you've read in the last year, and I'll keep trying to make book reviews as I can. Have a great day.